Alright. Let me know when you're gonna start so I can start flexing.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's your boy Leo and Danny with another short video / background about PGW, which is my brand, not AAC, but something that I started when I was not when I started working out, but it was after I started feeling a little bit more comfortable. I know what the hell I was doing. I started trying to build a brand for myself, and that I ultimately came up with Project Groundwork, which is PGW, just the initials, you can say. So Project Groundwork means, well, groundwork obviously means something that you start from the ground up. That's what I was trying to get at ultimately. So the project in front of the groundwork was a project leading up to a competition, because I wanted to compete. What was it, like 2 years ago?
Yeah, classic physique.
Classic physique. I never been a fan of
just physique.
Just the physique, just because you can't show off your legs, and I'm all about legs. So that is something that I came up with as in my brand. Excuse me, and it's just something that just stuck into kind of like in my videos. If you guys see under my videos, you see a lot of PGW, Project Groundwork, and I never really explained it. I explained it in I think one video, but that was it. And it's just kind of like a recap, I guess. Is this video going to the above average group, right?
Yeah.
All right.
So in affiliation to what Leo was saying is basically the PGW and above average met a year back, and then essentially above average, it's still its own thing. Why I started that is because above average to me, it means being better than everyone else, basically. And essentially, it doesn't mean just like in fitness. Being above average means, you know, in your own personal life, goals, succeeding, like just go above the regular Joe, essentially. And when I presented the apparel to PGW over here, he was gonna represent him mainly in his show and everything. So that's kind of how I came to be. Just essentially, I wanted to be like an apparel brand. Now it's a whole lifestyle community type of thing where I do the meal preps, I do training, and I also have the apparel. And then pairing up with this guy, it also helps a lot with the training side of things and fitness, nutrition, which we're going to talk about today.
Well, yeah.
Or right now.
And, yeah. And essentially it's kind of like the same thing.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to I like stuff simple, straight to the point, A to B. None of with the scientific bullshit and like trying to make things complicated. You know what I mean? So
tell them your motto. Chicken dates.
Yeah, you just gotta, like simple as that. Chicken and rice. How fucking simple is that? You don't have to go carb cycling and
calorie cycling,
keto diets and all this bullshit.
Keto, Atkins.
Yeah, all the there's like millions of types of diets. All you gotta do is chicken and rice, and that's it. Honestly, there's nothing that gets simple to that, unless you want to eat or drink protein shakes all the time, which is not good. But yeah, I just like to keep it simple. Like I come back to groundwork. You go from the ground up, and just keep everything simple. Nothing too fancy. Nothing like out of this world where you confuse the fuck out of some people, and they're like, they just fall off the grid because all these words and all these diets and everything else. Of course, it's necessary. I believe in some of them, but it's just for like an amateur or someone that is very new to the fitness industry or working out or trying to start something new with their body and be better themselves. If you attack a lot of, if you throw the names and acronyms and BCAs and all this bullshit right off the bat,
they get overwhelmed.
Yeah, it is. It is overwhelming.
Yeah.
It takes quite some time to understand what you're really talking about and to understand what all these acronyms and like amino acids and all this bullshit means. So.
Absolutely. I think with the diets, me personally, I am a person that likes to count the macros, at least for my clients, depending on how serious they are and what goals and what they really want to do. The chicken and the veggies and the rice really keeps it very simple, very clean, and you're going to get results regardless. You know what I mean?
You got to put in the work.
Yeah, you got to put in the work at the gym as well. Sleep, your water. It's not just, oh, I ate chicken and rice and I'm good. No, you also got to sleep well, get some rest. You can't be at the gym 24/7. You know what I mean? I think one of the biggest phrases is like, no pain, no gain. I think it's true to an extent.
Well, you don't grow at the gym.
Yeah.
You feel like a pump. Yeah, you feel like you're getting a pump, but you don't actually grow your muscles at the gym. A lot of people think that they do, which you don't. You grow them while you're eating, while you're sleeping, while you're resting.
One thing I think would be cool if we talked about, and you can tell me your input, is like the keto diet. Okay. So with keto, like it's very, very popular. I mean, here in the state, and we're in Utah, right now it's actually really, really popular. I don't like it whether you do clean or dirty keto. I personally don't like it. Essentially what it is you're cutting down all your carbohydrates. You're bringing them to a really low level or cutting them at like completely. Some people, the max that they'll consume in a day is 25 grams of carbohydrates.
I would go crazy with that.
Yeah.
Carbs.
So imagine that, like you can barely have enough, like either veggies or anything like that. It's very popular because you can still eat a lot of steak, bacon, all your fats like cheese, sour cream. Like you can still eat a lot of good things that people really enjoy. But why I don't like it. So essentially, let's kind of explain keto, like give a small little rundown. So keto is short for ketosis. Essentially what it is just when your body uses carbohydrates to as the first source of energy. If you're not consuming carbohydrates, it goes to the secondary, which is going to be fats. So essentially you drop a lot of weight, but it's not permanent.
If you do it right.
If you do it right. Because like if you're just eating nothing but protein and fats, you lose even like 10 pounds in a week. Yeah,
and that falls under starvation. A lot of people confuse that and they starve themselves. And at that point, when they start starving themselves, it's no longer ketosis. Well, actually, it is ketosis. But
to a point.
Yeah, they're not doing it right. They're not doing it correctly.
Yeah, so, I mean, if you're going to do keto, one, I don't recommend it, but if you're going to do it cleanly. Like, still get your carbs from, like, your veggies and stuff. Try to not eat super dirty, like, greasy foods. Get your protein. Try to do lean protein, like chicken and turkey, maybe some fish. I wouldn't do the red meats. But I wouldn't recommend keto at all. Essentially, you don't feel like you have energy. You feel worn down. Because I've tried it myself. I've actually tried it.
I tried it too. The first time I tried cutting.
And I didn't like it. Like, I was at the gym with no energy. Like, it just kind of sucked. I had less strength, endurance.
You know what's funny, bro? Well, the first time I tried cutting, and I'll show some pictures there. I was falling into a state of ketosis as a keto diet without even knowing what that diet was.
Okay. And so you just cut like your carbs? Or?
Yeah, I cut all my carbs. I was eating like I think it was about 50 carbs per day.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, and I was angry as a motherfucker. You can ask anybody that knew me at that time. I was angry.
You were mad at everyone?
Yeah, like I would just put my head down. I worked 12-hour shifts during the night.
Damn.
And it was a rough time, bro. I did it for about maybe a month and a half, maybe two. And it sucked. It sucked, honestly. Yeah. So
also, one thing that I've seen is, for example, like people get tired of it and they're like, "Okay, I want my carbs," so they go hard on a pizza. Like, say, like they've been doing it for 2-3 weeks, and then immediately, like, believe it or not, they gain like so much back, like almost half or more of it. It
was your energy goes up.
Yeah, exactly, and then they start gaining all that fucking like fat back. So keto for me is a no-go. Same with all the other diets. Atkins, I don't think you have to be like you said, like complex like that. You don't have to starve
You don't
yourself.
have to be like an extremist.
Yeah, like I mean, as long as you control your portions a little better, you develop healthy habits as like eating slow, drinking water in between. Before you're hungry, checking your cues like, oh, maybe I need to drink water instead of like actually eating, because a lot of people do that. I don't know if you know, like the hunger and the thirst cue is the same. It's very hard to tell apart. So there's times where you're dehydrated and then you just go and get a snack.
Because you think you're hungry.
Yeah, you think you're hungry, and then you get full for a little bit, and like you're still like.
Which in fact you were just thirsty.
Yeah, and then like you still go, and then you get like more. Cutting down your sugars, like all the energy drinks, all the sodas, all the juices. Like really, you don't have to stop consuming it, but even cutting down is cool. Because before, when I was a lot younger, bro, I used to kill at least like a 2 liter like every other day.
Of water?
No, Coke.
Oh, Coke?
Yeah.
Damn.
I used to drink a lot of Coke, a lot of juice, a lot of everything. And then I went cold turkey, which is not good.
Yeah.
And I did have like little withdrawals. I sound like an addict. I had little withdrawals where I'd be like, I need some Coke or like Pepsi,
Yeah.
And then I'd get some, and then like the carbonation would suck, and then like I'd be like, oh, okay, I'm over it. And then essentially all I drink now is just water and tea sometimes. Juice very rarely.
I don't really fuck with tea. I don't know.
You don't like it?
Yeah,
It's not like I drink it every day, but especially when I'm feeling kind of sickish, like I feel like I'm gonna get sick, I'll drink some, because I do feel like regenerate. But
yeah, I think honestly, as a diet, as following an extreme diet and a strict diet, is only necessary if you have
you're gonna do a professional show,
or something for athletes, or a show like meal prepping and all that stuff.
Yeah,
I think it's essential when you're doing in that line of work. But if you're really not and you want to change your lifestyle, you can just start slowly. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you don't
have to go to an extreme in order to get results.
Because even that, I mean, there's 3 levels, that they always talk about. When you're living in level 1, like you have very bad habits, like it's just like how most people live. Very bad habits, eat nasty, your portions are out of whack, you eat super fast, because sometimes you have a lot of fast-paced jobs and it's like you have like a 5-minute lunch and get back to work, keep grinding. Or you gotta pick up the kids, like the busy lifestyle. Yeah. So people develop that of eating super fast or whatever. You really gotta sit down
and it comes to term to fast food.
Oh yeah.
Because it's fast.
Yeah, everybody goes to fast food. Cutting down all those processed foods, a lot of people consume the processed foods, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So fast food and then just like anything that's, just processed, I guess. Anyways, going along with that, like, then there's like that level 2. So that's where I consider myself, honestly. Like, it's like you're more strict, like you control your diet a lot better, you drink more water, you do work out, like that's where you want to live on number 2. Yeah. And then there's number 3. Number 3 is where you're going to eat super extra clean. You're counting your macros to a fucking T.
Like athletes.
And that's an athlete. That's a professional athlete. And even a professional athlete doesn't want to live on number 3. It's very unhealthy. It's very unhealthy.
It takes a lot of discipline.
Not only discipline, but it takes a lot of like emotionally, mentally, spiritually. Like you really do get broken down if you live on number 3. So the sweet spot's number 2. So that's where we go back to the same thing of don't be extreme about it. Like don't go cold turkey like an athlete, because chances are you can do whatever you want, but you know what I mean. Like chances are you're not going to become an athlete overnight. So develop all the good habits to live on 2. Once you're on 2, if you ever decide to do a show, try it for like a 3-month period, then go from there.
Yeah, I guess you won't really understand what we're trying to say unless you try it for yourself.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's what I'm saying, it's all in a balance. So you gotta be able to balance your nutrition, your diet,
sleep,
the gym,
water.
sleep, water, and just I think a lot of it comes up here.
Yeah, mental.
Mentally, how disciplined you are, how
willing, like
how bad you really want it.
Yeah.
So,
because one of the things like that I've heard, bro, that like made a huge impact on me recently was actually I was talking to this trainer and I was like, oh, I'm gonna have a cheat day on Sundays or something like that.
Yeah.
And he got kind of upset at me. He's like, if you're gonna cheat, then what's the point?
Yeah.
Because every time you cheat, you want to revert back. Like you look forward to like going back to the bad stuff.
Yeah.
Versus if you really like kind of like don't have those cheats. I mean, that's like when you want to get more disciplined, you know what I mean? But like when you're starting out, yeah, I mean, I feel like a little cheat here and there is good. But that one made a huge impact on me because I was like, it's true, like I keep cheating. And one day turns into 2, or 2 into 3, or like into 4 meals, you know, like, and then I'm like, oh, I'll be all right. And that's when I started losing a lot of like my gains.
Yeah, like, and I guess it comes back to the mental, like how bad do you really want it? Do you really want to cheat on Sunday or Saturday, or can you like postpone it until you really deserve it?
There's like a lot of like little tricks you can do as well, you know. One of the tricks I like is this is gonna be kind of like weird because like it's almost like the dogs or pups or whatever, you know. But they put a wristband right here, just a little wristband, and say for example like unconsciously like you're just walking, you see a cookie, you grab it, you take it, and you're like, oh shit, I ate the cookie. So like you hit yourself with the wristband.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And then like you just do it like that to the point where like next time you want to grab a cookie, your brain's gonna be like, oh, I don't want that.
So like literally smacking with that.
Yeah. So that can be a little extreme, but like journals, logging, actually seeing, like having a visual of what you eat makes a huge difference.
Yeah. And you know one app, or that, I mean, of course there's millions of apps out there, applications on the phone, but one that was really helping me and I was keeping track was, it's called My Fitness app. Or My Fitness Pal. Yeah, something like that.
The little blue guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
From Under Armour.
Under Armour, yeah.
Yeah. And I was logging in my foods and I was almost, so like I said, when I first started, bro, like I just started dieting and everything I seen on YouTube videos, on books and all that stuff, information online. I got to a point where I kind of knew what I was doing. And then I looked at the nutrition size and everything, and I was almost spot on, bro. So I was eating what I was supposed to be eating to lose weight without losing muscle.
Oh.
So, and that's when it all clicked to me. I was like, oh, I know what the fuck I'm doing. But that was countless research, hours of time on YouTube, and it's just different opinions from different people. You watch athletes, you watch people like just us, like you're like, who the hell are these guys? But then you start realizing like, okay, if 1 + 1 = 2, then 2 + 4 is 6 or 8, or you know what I'm saying? And then it starts confusing you. So that's when you got to start researching on your own, and not
because you'll also get like. This is one thing I personally don't love is you come and you see athletes that are like pretty buff and stuff, and they're like, all I do is I eat McDonald's.
And they sell you something else.
And and you're like, okay, so I can go to McDonald's and eat McDonald's every day and get buff still.
Yeah, just because they're sponsored by McDonald's doesn't mean they eat McDonald's every day.
No, dude.
I'm pretty sure they do, but...
I mean, they can, you know what I mean? But it's like, they're dudes that have been lifting for a while. They did have good nutrition at some point, you know? And how long will their gains look good while eating that?
Yeah.
Think about it. True. Like, eating all that nasty crap, bro. Like, not that McDonald's is nasty, but...
We just ate McDonald's.
Yeah. Those nuggets were on point. But, like, what I'm trying to say is just, like, you're not going to look the same as a guy who does a good nutrition.
Right.
Like, the guy with good nutrition is always going to look more chiseled, more natural, like, just better.
Yeah. In
all aspects, you know? Versus the other guy's going to look bloated and, like, probably because all that sodium, they retain shit ton of water and they look all bloated and, you know, they look
fuller.
They still look good, but it's, like, it's not what, me personally, like, what I would like.
Yeah.
It's not my body type.
Also, I mean, I think a lot of diets have to do, or the way that you want to look is...
the way you gotta
like
diet?
the diet's always behind the way that you want to look.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
So whatever your goal is, if you just like care to be a power lifter and you don't care that you got a belly but you're strong as shit, okay, go ham. Eat whatever you want.
Anything and everything.
Go hard. You consume 5,000 calories like The Rock. I don't care. But if you want to like slim down, you want to tone down, which essentially most people want that, especially when you start out. If you think about it, everybody's like, as long as I don't have the belly, have a little bit of muscle, I'm good.
Yeah, that's what everyone says.
Everybody starts like that, I feel like. Unless you're like one of those skinny guys and you're like, oh, as long as I put a little bit of muscle, then I'm good.
Yeah.
But other than that, like, most of us start out by just like, I want to get rid of the belly. That's it.
Yeah, so I think it's tricky and it all comes down to doing your own research. And obviously taking word from people that know their shit, know their stuff, know what they're trying to... Because there's a lot of people out there, a lot of gurus that And you might think we're the same shit. We're trying to sell you something, but we're not trying to sell you anything.
No.
But like on the real, do your own research, play with your own body, with the macros and the with the foods and everything, and then just go on from there, man. But do your research. Don't just take word from anybody that you see.
I would say a little rebuttal from what you just said. What I would say is more, if depending on what level you're at right now, like where you're starting out, is either A, start very, very simple. Just cut down on the sodium, on the sugars, a little bit on the carbs, control your portions, just a tiny bit, nothing crazy. You'll see a huge difference. And then from there, I mean, if you're like a kind of more like built dude, okay, then maybe start like kind of taking meal prepping a little more serious, like look into your macros, and all of that. And then, I mean, if you want to like go pro, then really, really get your shit down to a T, like where you're like doing macros perfectly, with the goal with your workout, your BMI, and everything else that comes into play with it.
Basically living that lifestyle.
Yeah.
All you gotta do is eat, sleep, train, and that's it.
Repeat.
Honestly, that's how you do it.
Repeat. Yeah.
So,
all right.
Yeah, man. Hopefully you guys get something out of this, and
you find some value.
And do your research on the nutrition side.
Yeah, don't forget your research.
Don't forget your research. Yeah. Repeat it 10 times.
It's an essential.
Yeah. So thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and comment.
Yeah.
Let us know what you guys want to see more. Of course, we're not fucking scientists, but we come up with some deep shit because we've been through some shit.
Yeah.
So, anyways, see you guys next time.
Peace out.
Peace.